So this message will be very tough for Americans, Maga Republicans. This is going to be really hard for you to hear because what you've been told is a lie. The United States of America is the most disrespected country in the entire world. And his name is Donald Trump.
My entire series on how the world views the US highlights the concept of how all of us were raised to believe we live in the greatest nation in the world. We were taught, or perhaps indoctrinated, that everyone around the globe just wanted to move here so badly, and that America is the promised land. Now, many of us today know that this simply isn't true, that there aren't people around the world necessarily desperate to come here the way that we thought that they did. And not only do they not necessarily want to come here or even visit here, even if they were continually paid to do so, they would turn it down. So answer me this question, please. Why are there still so many Americans desperate to believe that we are the absolute greatest in the world, in spite of people all around the world telling us that we are so backwards?
It's the first time I've been abroad since the election, and I've lost count of how many times I've gotten the look, that look of awe and sympathy that I get when I tell people I'm from the States. In the past few weeks, I've been to the UK, I've been to Lithuania, I've been to Latvia, I've been to Estonia, I've been to Sweden, I've been to Norway, I've been to Finland, I've been to the Åland Islands. And everywhere I go, I get the look. I have never been ashamed of my country. Never been ashamed of my country. I served it for 16 years. And what I've had to do over here, after the 5th or 6th or 7th conversation, I had to tell them, I'm from Canada. I can't even claim my own fucking country. This administration that's coming in has painted a target on our backs. I'll always love my country, but I fucking hate the cowards that are coming in to run it. This is
Other than on. This is the most common answer that I've gotten to the question about people who are outside of the US, whether they've ever seen a gun before. Most people in the US cannot conceptualize about the fact that people all over the world have never seen a gun before, other than on law enforcement or in TV or in movies. So there are a whole subset of people all over the world who did not grow up around guns. I know for me, I held and fired my first gun when I was 8 years old, and that is not uncommon here in the US. We are immersed in gun culture, whether it's hunting or personal protection. We take those Second Amendment rights so seriously that we cannot imagine giving them up, and we will go to extreme lengths to protect that at all costs. Not all of us, but at least half of the country.
They think that we do. So I like to comment on the Dutch culture a lot because I lived there for a year. Of course, I will never know it like a true Dutch person, but I feel like I've at least been there and lived with Dutch people, that I have at least some observations I've made that are accurate. But a lot of people have never even been to America, and they see the craziest things. So I just want to say, if you're gonna make a bold claim, like, at least know someone from America, go to the country. The news also is really skewed. I just think that people are so bold.
Europeans are really not happy with the United States, but I do think that it's very, very important for us Americans to hear what people have to say about the United States.
So what's the perception over in Europe, like in England and the Netherlands, about travel to the U.S. right now? Do you feel like your friends and family feel comfortable traveling there?
No. Nobody I know back in England or here would go to the US at the moment. Not with all the news we're getting of people being, refused entry and sent back to where they came from.
Wow.
No.
Wow. Oh my God. That was so quick. That was instantaneous. Immediately, her reaction to this question. She didn't even have to think about it. She's like, no way. That right there tells me so much. That a lot of Europeans, like, completely have your mind made up about the United States. You don't even have to think about it. Like, you would not even consider traveling here. And she honestly named a couple of very legitimate reasons. Like, I guess.
Let's get into it. Number one, label their jokes. They always have to say I'm joking. British people would not do this. This is very true. I think we as Americans are extremely afraid of offending people. I definitely do this. Guilty. Number two, they think America is the center of the world and they were all weird know-it-alls about pretty much every subject. They said a lot of Americans always seem to center the conversation around the United States and bring every topic back to the United States. That a lot of Americans seem to fail to recognize that there's crazy cultural differences and that not everything applies to the Western point of view. Number three, they are overly obsessed with identity and labeling things. Conversations, they'll always say things like, I have ADHD, I'm neurodivergent, and an American is much more likely to talk about identity politics and bring up their identity and how they identify themselves in a way that a lot of Europeans really wouldn't. Number four, too fanatical about everything. From football to firearms, we have an opinion about everything and we are going to share it. And lastly, I am so guilty of this. Everything is way too hype. I had a friend sit me down and he said, listen, you have had the best meal of your life 3 times in the past 2 weeks. Sometimes things can just be good. Sometimes they can be fine, but not everything is amazing. I feel like Americans are the golden retrievers of the world. I find that they tend to be really like peppy and passionate and really hyping everything up. So I totally agree with number 5. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off in the comments. And if you have anything more to add, we know the geography one, so let's just move past that.
Hi Magas, thanks for tuning into my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Feel free to drop your opinion. What do your thoughts? What do you think about the whole things that is going on in US right now? You can see that the whole world are not talking about the the Donald Trump regime. Nobody is saying good about it. People are complaining, they are regretting for voting to Donald Trump because of what is happening over there. Honestly, this is not good. So what do you think? You that have watched up to this moment, feel free to drop your opinion, drop your thoughts under the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here because you'll be seeing more updates from this channel.